Hi, my name is Brandon Westmoreland. I'm a Senior Solution Engineer Fundraising Specialist. Prior to joining Salesforce, I worked for a large nonprofit for over 10 years. There, I managed the direct mail programs and led a team who performed data segmentation to target specific donor audiences. I would have to use multiple platforms and products to do my direct mail campaign efforts as well as data segmentation. That resulted in not having full visibility into campaign hierarchy and efforts around our direct mail initiatives. For today's demo, I will be covering how our fictitious nonprofit called Steps can connect with their donors through the direct mail channel, then show how they can turn that engagement into a digital experience for the donors by using the power of the nonprofit cloud. This will allow them to leverage automation, personalization, and prioritization to make fundraising easier and more effective. Meet Sandra, our marketing manager. She has been asked to set up Steps' annual omni-channel campaign for the domestic violence shelter relief efforts. I will walk you through the process of how she sets up a campaign within the Nonprofit Success Pack. I will then cover how Sandra can easily target specific donor audiences with defining criteria through standard reports, and then have the ability to export the segmented donor list to a third-party letter shop for print production. Sandra logs into her Salesforce instance and navigates to the campaign object within the Nonprofit Success Pack to begin setting up her multi-channel campaign. Once Sandra is within the campaign's object, she sees a list view of recently viewed campaigns. Campaigns are just a way to group all the activities, cost, people engaged, and metrics in one place. She can easily add a new campaign by clicking on the New button in the upper right-hand corner. Now Sandra has a choice of a few different campaign record types. Steps has configured their record types to allow Sandra to enter different data depending on which record type she chooses. For example, if Sandra chooses volunteer campaign, she will have to enter different data than when she chooses partner-led campaign. Sandra knows the campaign she is going to set up will be a segment for the domestic violence annual campaign, so she chooses campaign segment record type and hits next. Sandra enters all the campaign segment information that she would like to be recorded, including campaign name, description, type, and campaign code. Organizing campaigns is important to be able to report back on all activities. So she then enters the parent campaign as the domestic violence, which ensures the segment's donation and responses roll up to understand performance as the campaigns progress over time. Sandra also enters a start and end date, and then ensures activist checks and hits save. Once Sandra has saved the campaign segment, she is taken directly onto the campaign segment's record within the Nonprofit Success Pack. Here she will have a full 360-degree view of all the campaign details. Sandra can also view the campaign hierarchy by clicking on the hierarchy button beside the campaign name in the top left-hand corner. Now that Sandra is viewing the hierarchy, she can drill down by clicking on the arrows beside the campaign names to expand to see the levels below for the segments. What this allows Sandra to do within the Nonprofit Success Pack is have up to 5 levels of hierarchy. This allows Sandra to see the data from the segment level or provides a rolled up view when on the parent campaign record for all the segments below, giving Sandra that full 360-degree view of all of her campaign efforts. Now that Sandra has her campaign segments built out, she can start defining the audience being pulled into each of the segments by using the Nonprofit Success Pack's reports functionality. So she clicks on the reports object. This provides Sandra with a few options. She can create new reports if needed, and she can also see her recently viewed reports within the list view. Sandra sees the domestic violence mailing list report and clicks on it to edit it in case she needs to update it for the Texas audience that she needs to select for this upcoming mailing. Sandra notices that the report is currently pulling in other residents outside of Texas, so she clicks on the edit button in the upper right-hand corner. What Sandra can do from here is redefine the criteria for her audience being pulled into this report by clicking on the filters button. She notices that there are currently 5 filters already applied, ensuring her this report is targeting a specific donor audience. Once Sandra is within the filters for the report, she can add new filters as well as edit any that currently exist. Sandra navigates down to the mailing province and filter and makes those changes. She changes the state to equal Texas and hits apply. From there, she goes to the top right and clicks on Save and Run to run the report to include the new criteria for her Texas donor audience. Now that Sandra has saved and ran the report, she has the option to add the selected donor audience to a specific campaign as well as export the list to her third-party direct mail production vendor. Sandra can do all of this directly from the reports object within the Nonprofit Success Pack. Sandra knows the donors pulled into the segmented list all have valid addresses on file since STEPS uses Insights, the Salesforce data integrity product which helps with NCOA and address standardization. Now let's fast forward a bit and meet our beloved donor, Rachel. Rachel lives in Texas and loves STEP's mission. She has been a supporter to STEPS for quite some time. She goes and checks her mailbox today and finds the domestic violence shelter mailing. Rachel notices a call to action with a QR code that is on the reply document to become a monthly sustaining donor. Rachel pulls out her phone and scans the QR code, which takes her to the STEPS Elevate Giving page. From the Elevate Giving page, Rachel can now make her donations online as well as sign up to become a monthly sustaining donor. Rachel clicks on monthly and selects $80 a month to become a sustaining donor. If needed, Rachel has the option to give a different amount than what is currently listed. Rachel also selects to cover the payment processing fee and even has the option to allocate the donation to certain funds for the STEPS shelter relief efforts. Once this information is filled in, it takes Rachel to the payment processing page. Rachel then can enter her payment information such as name, credit card number, email address, and then she proceeds to click the Donate Now button. Once she does that, she will get a thank you confirmation from STEPS letting her know the payment has been successfully processed. The digital engagement Rachel had with STEPS through their Elevate Giving page will now trigger her contact record to fall into the Pardot email engagement sustaining giving journey. STEPS knows Rachel is responsive to the digital channel solicitations as well as the direct mail channel and can begin to cultivate her in multiple ways to continue to build the donor relationship throughout Rachel's donor life cycle. Sandra's team notices a spike in responses from the direct mail campaign and gifts coming in from the STEPS Elevate Giving page. They consider the omnichannel campaign for domestic violence shelter relief to be a huge success for the team. Now Sandra and her team can begin to start planning for next year's campaign efforts. So for today's demo, you saw how STEPS leveraged the nonprofit cloud to create an omni-channel campaign that led to converting donors who may traditionally give by direct mail to the digital channel. This helps STEPS to further cultivate their donors in more ways than one, allowing STEPS to meet the donors where they are within the STEPS mission and donor lifecycle. Thank you for watching today's demo.